Hello dear students, welcome back to this lesson. This is the concluding lesson on the story The Night Train at Deoli, written by Ruskin Bond. This lesson has been designed to check the comprehension of story, that is, how far have you understood the story. So the word comprehension means understanding. We will take up some words or phrases from the story. Here is a list of some words from the story. So in this part, we will come to know about the pronunciation as well as the meaning of these words. And then you are suggested to frame sentences using these words. First word on the list is eloquent, spelled E-L-O-Q-U-E-N-T. The literal meaning of this word eloquent is fluent or persuasive in speaking or writing, and it's also used to express something, clearly expressing or indicating something. In simple words, we can say something that is suggestive, revealing, or expressive. In this story, this word has been used in the reference to the eyes of that basket-selling girl when he meets her for the first time. The narrator says, "And then those eyes, searching and eloquent, met mine." So here the word means expressing what you mean using clear and effective language or expressions. The next word is clanging. It's spelled C-L-A-N-G-I-N-G. This word is the gerund form of the verb clang, and clang means to resound, reverberate, or in simple words we can say ringing. This expression or this word is used when something made of metal clangs and it makes a loud sound. Here in the story, this word is used in the context of ringing of the bell on the station. Let's listen to the text. As she was about to speak, the guard blew his whistle. She said something, but it was lost in the clanging of the bell and the hissing of the engine. In this sentence, the author describes two types of sounds, clanging of the bell and hissing of the engine. This clanging sound is due to the two things which are made up of metal. They are striking against each other. That's why the sound of clanging. The next word on the list is jolted. That means to move with a sudden, violent movement or make something move like this. Well, let me give you the meaning of this word in simpler words. That is, to push or shake something or someone abruptly and roughly. Another word that is shudder, and that also means something moving with sudden vibration or with sudden lurches or jerk. In this story, this word has been used in the context of the train, the movement of the compartment of the train. Just to quote, the carriage shuddered and jolted forward. It means the carriage of the train, it moved with a jerk, with a bump, with lurches. The next word on the list here is smoldering. Though the literal meaning of this word is quite different from the meaning that has been expressed in this story by Ruskin Bond, so we will take up both the meaning, the literal meaning and the figurative meaning into consideration. So the literal meaning of this word is the process of burning slowly with smoke but no flame. The another meaning of this word, that is to feel very strong emotions that you do not express in words. That's in a way the figurative meaning of this word, and this term in the story has been used in the context of eyes. The eyes of that basket-selling girl, the narrator in the story describes, "I could not rid my mind of the picture of the girl's face and her dark, smoldering eyes." So it means the eyes which are expressing the passion without saying any words. Well, wrench is the next word on the list. That means a strong movement of pulling and twisting something. This word wrench has other meanings also. like a feeling of sadness or distress caused by one's own or another's departure, that is painful parting. This word can be used both as a noun and as a verb. In the story, this word has been used as a verb that means to pull or twist something suddenly and violently. Do you know wrench means a tool that is used to twist or pull a nut or bolt. In this story, this word is used when there is a second meeting of the narrator and the basket selling girl. I quote, "I had to wrench my hand away from the girl and run for the moving train." So here wrench means that pull or twist of his hand that was with a strong movement. The next word on the list is quite simple. That's haste. It means great speed in doing something. In the story, the narrator says, "I packed in haste and left for Dehra earlier than usual." Foreboding is the next word on the list. That means making you feel that something bad will happen. A feeling that something bad will happen, that's fearful apprehension. In the story, when the narrator doesn't find that girl on Deoli station, then he is deeply disappointed and overcome by a sense of foreboding. That means he was perturbed, he was anxious and had an apprehension that something bad will happen. Maybe he would never see the girl again. So in his mind he had some fearful thoughts, fearful apprehension. Then he used this word foreboding. This term is used both as a noun and as an adjective. In this story, this is used as a noun, a sense of foreboding. And as an adjective, we can see another example. When the doctor spoke, his voice was dark and foreboding. In this sentence, the word is used as an adjective. And the last word on the list is fiction. That means a report or a story or explanation. That's not true. That's not real. This word is widely used as the literature form of prose, especially novels that describes imaginary events and people. Well, its another meaning is something that is invented or fabricated and not true. That is just imagined. In the story, the writer uses this word when this is the time for resolution and where he says that somehow I couldn't bring myself to break journey at Deoli and spend a day there. If it was all fiction or a film, I reflected, I would have got down and cleaned up the mystery and reached a suitable ending for the whole thing. Well, in this part of the story, there is a meaning between the lines. The meaning is that the life is not just like a novel or any fiction or a story. We have some kind of realities to be realized in our life. We cannot lead our life on the basis of just being unreal or just being imaginary. Somehow, somewhere, we have to be ready to face the problems directly. And this is also the part of life. One can't deny it. Now it's time for practice. Fill in the blanks using the words given in italics in the notes that in the previous slides we have studied and comprehended. Dear students, please pause the video here and take your time. Here comes the answers. Now please check your answers. So today's assignment is to frame sentences using all these words that we have discussed in this lesson. Stay tuned for the next lesson. In that part, we will take up some questions and their answers to check the comprehension of the story. Thank you for joining. Happy learning.